Hello and welcome here to TalkFCB and welcome back to the channel once again today, guys, as we are about to have yet another important conversation ahead of the transfer window. We are going to be talking in detail about Barca's plans and indeed about the big meeting that is set to take place within the club in the coming days, along with the latest, yes, on Robert Lewandowski, as we discuss whether this deal is still likely to happen. It is all coming your way, so let's get to it. Because I do just want to begin by saying this, guys, because obviously over the past few days we've spoken in great detail about La Liga's very strict restrictions in terms of salary. We've spoken about the difficulties that Barca are going to face in offloading players this summer, and of course how once again the club and the board here, they have a monumental task on their hands. There's no getting away from that. But what I do just want to say is, these are very early days, because when you think about it, the season has only just ended, the summer is only just beginning, and the transfer window, it hasn't actually even opened yet. So there's one thing that is on our side right now, it is time. Because I'm hearing rumours right now on social media that say things like, oh, if the season started tomorrow, Barca wouldn't be able to register any new signings. But what is the point in reporting that right now? What is the point in even saying that right now? Because the season doesn't start tomorrow. In the words of Luis Enrique, if my grandmother had wheels, she would have been a bicycle. So there's no point in saying right now, well, we wouldn't be able to register players, because that's what we've got all of this summer to do to put that right. And I would actually look back there to the January transfer window for a bit of inspiration and hope and optimism, because in that window, we were desperate for new signings. We needed something there to help push us towards finishing in the top four. And at the start of the month, nobody thought we'd sign anybody. Nobody thought we'd be able to do anything in the month of January, and just look what Sadio Mane was able to do in that month. So we have to stay very calm right now. We've got to keep the faith. We have to try and do that as best as we possibly can, because believe me, within the club right now, there is a serious will to reinforce this squad, to actually build something and restructure things this summer, and there is, of course, a necessity to do that. We have to do that by any means possible, and I do genuinely believe that by the end of the summer, when the new season actually does start, we will have gotten that done. Because indeed, guys, in the early stages of next week, it's probably going to be on either Monday or Tuesday, there is a big meeting planned within the club. Xavi is going to be there, Joan Laporta is going to be there, Mane, Jordi Cruyff, Rafael Yuste, they're all going to be in attendance as they finalise their summer transfer window plans. Everything is going to be discussed in detail. It's reported right now that up to 20 different players could be discussed. That's going to be a huge meeting right there. And of course, one of the main topics is going to be Frenkie de Jong. I'm sure about that already today. We're hearing plenty more rumours about Frenkie. Honestly, guys, there's nothing new right now. Nothing that we don't already know. Barca, in theory, if a huge offer arrived, they would certainly think about it. Given our situation, they would think about a huge sum of money if it was presented. But at the same time, like we said before, Frenkie, as it stands, still wants to stay. Erik ten Hag is calling him. He wants to try and convince him of his project at Man United. But as of right now, Frenkie does not want to go there, and it remains to be seen whether that's a decision that could change. For sure, another player that will be discussed in that same meeting, it's going to be Raphinha. That is a big topic as well within the club right now, because they still get everything agreed with Raphinha. Those personal terms, that contract, a 5-year deal, it's all done. And apparently as well, Raphinha has made a real sacrifice on his wages. He has actually said there, I really want to come. He's accepted the terms that were on the table within, of course, Barca's salary levels, and the club are so happy with that. And Xavi, especially with Dembele's future looking almost impossible at the club right now, Raphinha is still a player that Barca are pursuing, and he wants to come. But the obstacle is, of course, that transfer fee with Leeds and exactly what we could get him for this summer. And of course, by far and away, one of the biggest names of all that you can count on to be discussed right the way through that meeting, of course, it's Robert Lewandowski, who again, believe me guys, he's still a priority for this club. Don't think that now we're hearing these rumours about the financial situation, about all this stuff, that we've taken our eye off the big signings. We haven't. We still want and need to strengthen this squad, and Xavi is counting on having Lewandowski available to him and leading his line next season. Because indeed, guys, when it comes to Lewandowski, as we know, Bayern right now are still yet to even respond to Barca's opening bid for Lewandowski. Around 32 million euros maybe as well there, with a few variables too. But Bayern have said nothing, which means, of course, they haven't accepted our bid. But what it also means, intriguingly, is that they haven't said no. They haven't said, well, we're not selling, rejected it immediately, anything like that. All they've done right now is leave it on the table, and it is believed that very soon we could hear some news and a response from Bayern about this bid. Because I would also put your focus right now and pay special attention to what is going to happen with Sadio Mane, who could be about, I feel, to play a massive part in this Lewandowski deal happening, because Bayern want Mane. That is a player that they've identified and they got their sights set on for the coming summer. They want to sign him from Liverpool, and intriguingly, it's a very similar situation to Lewandowski. Mane too has just 1 year left on his Liverpool deal. I feel like he wants to leave. He wants that new challenge. He wants to maybe get a bit more appreciation, and he could leave Liverpool this summer to sign for Bayern, and he's going to tell us after the Champions League final what his decision is. And I think given that right the way through this situation with Lewandowski, we've always heard it's all about Bayern finding that replacement. It's all about them bringing in reinforcements, and only then would they think about letting Lewandowski go. Now, of course, I'm not saying that Mane would be a like-for-like direct replacement for Lewandowski. They're different kind of players, of course they are, but it's a similar sort of age bracket, isn't it? Mane now going into his 30s. The wages may be around the same. You look at the transfer fee, reported there 30 to 40 million it's going to take to sign Mane from Liverpool, which conveniently is the same sort of money as we're talking about when it comes to Lewandowski. So I think here already now, these two deals, they're going to be very closely linked. One could then determine the other. If Mane to Bayern happens, Lewandowski to Barca, it's a genuine possibility. And I've got to stress here today, guys, that we are still trying. We are still going to go for big reinforcements. We've got to make it happen, and we have to find a way to strengthen this squad. So I think, guys, when everything is said and done, the main message right now from me would be just stay calm at this point in the window. Things will get high pressure. There's a lot going on. There always is with Barcelona, but I just think it is early. There is time on our side. There's a lot of work that we have to do, but we have to make sure now that over these weeks and months, we make the right decisions, we make the right calls. We're clever, very, very clever we have to be in this transfer window. So please let me know all of your thoughts in the comments down below about what you're expecting and what you'd like to see from the club over these months to come. And of course, like I said yesterday, over on MORETALKFCB, if you are interested in the Champions League final this evening, the preview is there for you already, and I will also be reviewing the game later on, and also next week on MORETALKFCB, we've got Argentina against Italy. So there's plenty to come, guys, and I thank you indeed for all of you for the fantastic support. I will see you soon. But until next time, as always, Visca, El Barça.